Happening now, the latest on a fatal fire in Warren County. Plus, we break down last night's district attorney and county executive debates here in Jamestown.
A live look over downtown Jamestown. Those skies are clearing out. I'll have the full forecast details coming up. The news at noon starts right now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now on this Friday. I'm Justin Gould. Pennsylvania State Police are investigating an early morning Warren County blaze that claimed the life of one and injured three others. State police indicate the fire broke out at about 6 this morning in a residence on Scotts Crossing Road in Columbus Township. One person is reported to have died in the blaze, and at least one other resident was injured. Also reported injured were two firefighters, one with a knee injury and the other which was taken to the hospital for an evaluation. Now, currently, the cause of the fire has yet to be determined as police continue their investigation. A City of Jamestown man will spend more than a decade behind bars after he was convicted of receipt and possession of child pornography. The U.S. Attorney's Office in Buffalo says 35-year-old Matthew Baller was sentenced to serve 12 and a half years in prison and 10 years supervised release after that. Prosecutors say in July 2018, the Jamestown Police Department received a complaint from a parent that her children may have been sexually abused by the man. The parent stated that she was told by his sister that a series of concerning pictures, sexual in nature, was texted by him. Beller was subsequently arrested on a warrant out of Missouri related to a burglary there. Now, during the search of his cell phone, investigators recovered several hundred images of child pornography involving sexually explicit conduct of children. Well, Cattaraugus County is joining several communities from across the area by letting families decide whether or not to take part in Halloween trick-or-treating. Yesterday, the county's health department released guidelines for the spooky holiday. Leaders say trick-or-treating events need to be incorporate social distancing, masks, and proper hand washing, as well as adhere to event size limitations. Now, those who are at most risk for illness should not attend in-person Halloween celebrations. If you are handing out candy, officials say wash your hands thoroughly before and whenever you refill the candy bowl. Now, furthermore, the health department says anyone who thinks they could have COVID-19 or may have been exposed to someone with it should not participate in in-person Halloween festivities and shouldn't give out candy to trick-or-treaters. Well, every kid deserves a wonderful Christmas. That's the message from Rich Bianco, the director of the Exceptional Stars baseball program. He and three local organizations are holding an online fundraiser this weekend to help Toys for Tots in Chautauqua County. Exceptional Stars is collaborating with AJ Strong and Rosie's Run to raise funds to buy more toys for Christmas. The event runs from 5 o'clock today through 5 on Sunday. Bianco says the organization wants to give back to the community and help others in recognition of all of the support that his group has received.
We just really appreciate what the Toys for Tots does for the kids in our community. And like I said, Pat Smeraldo and Terry Johnson and Heather Brown and all the people at Toys for Tots are just fantastic. And they put so much time and effort into that program that we're just super pumped to be able to help them out and to help the kids out, because all three of our programs that we run, we're all about the kids.
Now, supporters can donate via Venmo at exceptional-stars-1 or through PayPal at exceptionalstarsathletics@gmail.com. Bianco's organization gives children with special needs the chance to participate in different sporting events like baseball, putt-putt, and bowling. Certainly great to see the community coming together. And what I think is amazing about it all is that these organizations who give back so much give to each other as well. So we thank Rich for his work, and we thank you for joining us here for WNY News Now, as another week is almost in the books. Good to see John, good to see Courtney, Kyle, James, David, Nicole, and Joseph. Happy Friday to all of you. Let us know what you're doing down in the comments below as we take a look at some of the area's local news headlines. And with that is weather, which plays a big part. Forecaster Dakota Hunter is out this week, so forecaster Andrew Stevenson's in form today. Andrew, it's been great working with you this week. You've done such a great job, and I know weather-wise this weekend, things are going to start warming up a little bit.
It's looking a little better this weekend. We have to get through tonight and a frost advisory first but the weekend is going to clear out. Let's take a look at the frost advisory for Chautauqua and southern Erie County that goes into effect midnight tonight until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. The areas, everyone's going to get cooler weather tonight, but Cattaraugus, Allegheny County, their growing season has already ended previously in last month. So Chautauqua and southern Erie counties are under a frost advisory for tonight. Any plants or vegetables outside, you might want to take them inside or cover them up, or else the frost will get to them and probably kill them. So taking a look at yesterday, 65 degrees was the high yesterday. The low was 45 degrees. The record was 87, set back in 1947 with a record low of 24 degrees. And not going to be that warm today, but we'll get warmer as we head into next week. So this afternoon, the skies are clearing out there. The early rain showers are ending for the most part, gradual clearing. It will be cooler, around 50 degrees inland to the low to mid-50s near the lakeshore with a west wind at 10 to 15 miles per hour. I'll have more forecast details coming up in just a few minutes. Justin, back to you.
All right, Andrew, thank you. Chautauqua County health officials reported 19 new positive cases of COVID-19 yesterday, bringing the active number to 120. There are 6 new cases in Jamestown, 1 in Falconer, 1 in Frewsburg, 1 in Lakewood, 5 in Dunkirk, 1 in Forestville, and 1 in Ripley. Tanglewood Manor currently has 66 active cases, with 55 residents and 11 employees reported as positive. County officials note none of those cases connected to Tanglewood have recovered yet. Now, just today, Jamestown Public Schools announced a student at Fletcher Elementary tested positive for the virus, but hasn't been physically at school since last week. New York State is sending hundreds of thousands of rapid COVID-19 test kits to counties across the state in an effort to help ramp up that testing. Governor Andrew Cuomo says that 400,000 test kits were dispensed last week. The kits, some of which were previously distributed here in Chautauqua County, enable local health departments to measure the prevalence of COVID-19 in the area. Now, our health department has conducted rapid testing since about late September, with spots for the very first clinic filling up in just hours. The biggest pro that comes is that results come back in 15 minutes. However, staff can only serve one person at a time in various intervals. Testing will take place next Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday in the east parking lot off of Peacock Street at the county office building in Mayville. Appointments can be made by calling 1-866-604-6789 during business hours. We have that and more information at WNYNewsNow.com. Well, coming up next, we go live to the Chautauqua County Humane Society for our Pet of the Week segment. But first, highlights from last night's Chautauqua County District Attorney and County Executive debates here in Jamestown. Stay with us as WNY News Now continues.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
I'm Jason Schmidt. I'm a former felony prosecutor and a criminal defense attorney here in Chautauqua County. I've worked both sides of the system for the past 15 years. I'm the only candidate endorsed by local law enforcement. Police here in Chautauqua County know what's going on. Each year here in Chautauqua County, the police make about 1,000 felony arrests. In 2019, only 17.4% of those arrests resulted in felony convictions. I know how to fix the problems, and that's why I'm running for district attorney.
As a former county executive, I know exactly the challenges and opportunities that we have here in Chautauqua County. That's why I'm very proud to support P.J. Wendell for county executive. His knowledge, his experience, and his leadership are exactly what we need at this moment in time. I would ask you all to please support P.J. Wendell for county executive.
Wendell has the experience, he's got the leadership, and he's got the knowledge and ability.
One of the most important characteristics of a successful county executive is being able to surround themselves with the right people for the right situation. And that is exactly what P.J. Wendell has done. Having direct experience in county government is absolutely critical, and no one should start out as county executive with having no experience at all with county government. So P.J. Wendell brings that experience both as a long-term legislator and a former chairman of the legislature. He has my 100% support.
For the past 9 years, I've been a prosecutor right here in Chautauqua County, fighting to keep this community safe. My family lives here with me in Fredonia, and I grew up in Sherman, New York. Fighting to make sure that these communities stay safe is so very important to me. We have the highest caseload of any county in this state, and as your district attorney, I'm dedicated to making sure that each case gets handled the right way for not only the victims, but for the people that live in this county. I'm fully invested in this community, and I'm fully invested in this community's future. Vote Patrick Swanson for Chautauqua County District Attorney.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
And welcome back. The two candidates for Chautauqua County District Attorney spent much of last night's debate at the Reginald A. Center for the Arts attacking each other's record as litigators. Republican Jason Schmidt, a Fredonia defense attorney vying for current district attorney, and Democrat Patrick Swanson's job, slammed his trial record, which includes a series of mistrials and indictment dismissals from County Judge Dave Foley. Schmidt specifically cited Foley's decision earlier this month to dismiss the second-degree murder indictment against Jamestown man Julio Montanez. If elected, he says he wants to change the culture of the DA's office.
I'm running for district attorney because I believe there's a culture of losing here in Chautauqua County, and I think that Mr. Swanson is a good man. I think he's a good guy, but I don't think he's capable of doing the job here. And it's not just my opinion. The statistics bear that out. And let me tell you a little bit about statistics. Mr. Swanson and I can preview that tonight. We're going to argue over statistics. But what's important for everyone to recognize is behind each of these statistics, there are victims. There are real people that have been hurt by bad people, and they don't get justice when Mr. Swanson loses a case.
This blanket claim that we're not getting the job done here and that he's going to do more winning, I don't know how you back that up, because any prosecutor in this state is going to tell you one thing. They're going to tell you the prosecutor's goal is not to win at all costs. That's how you find yourself in the weeds. That's how cases get reversed. It's very important that you seek justice. And that's what the people who work for me do every day. That's what they're trained to do. And questioning my commitment to this county is outrageous.
The incumbent, during one segment, accused Schmidt of prosecutorial misconduct after having two separate convictions overturned while working in the district attorney's office. Schmidt claims that he is the only Chautauqua County prosecutor in the 2000s to have convictions overturned. He confirmed those cases during his responses, while also saying Swanson's jab was nothing short of a deflection of his own record.
So when you don't have a good record on which to run, you reach back into your opponent's history. Go back about 15 years or so to when your opponent was a young, inexperienced prosecutor and made a mistake by using the words legal mumbo jumbo inappropriately. And that's what I did. And here's the thing. I'm just like anybody else here. I make mistakes, I made a mistake. And you're right, I got a conviction and the conviction was reversed, but here's the other thing. I learned from my mistakes. I acknowledge that happened. And I move forward and I don't make the same mistakes twice.
Yeah, I think your history matters, Mr. Schmidt, because you're running on it. You're running on your experience, and your experience shows that you've made the same mistake twice. In fact, the appellate division had to tell you that. And just as recently as 2019, the federal court, in a decision where you clearly had a conflict of interest, you didn't step off the case. This was just last year. So the same mistakes keep getting made over and over again. Overzealous prosecution, overzealous civil representation. These are the kinds of things that prosecutors try to find a way to avoid. Mr. Schmidt runs into them head first, and he's done it twice here.
Swanson says that a candidate's history is crucial to a voter's decision-making. The DA previously defeated Schmidt for the district attorney position in 2016. Meanwhile, Chautauqua County government must reduce expenses, enhance revenues, and boost economic opportunities to move forward. So say the two men vying to be the county's next executive. County Executive P.J. Wendell and his Democratic challenger Rich Morrisroe shared their visions of the county's future during last night's debate. Morrisroe warns during the discussion that the county could become a ghost county unless the economic impact of the COVID-19 pandemic is aggressively addressed. Meanwhile, Wendell says his administration has made more than $5 million in budget adjustments to shore up that solution, while Morrisroe urges voters to consider a county where the families can stay and thrive instead of moving elsewhere.
Wouldn't it be great if Chautauqua County could just do better? Be more financially stable? Wouldn't it be great if our kids could find jobs here, start businesses here, maybe even stay here? Wouldn't it be great if we didn't have to travel across the country to visit our grandkids, and in my case, future grandkids? I'm running for Chautauqua County Executive because I have the education, the professional experience, the life experience, and the leadership skills to make this county a better place to live, work, and play.
Now, Wendell explains his administration makes hard decisions that have saved money and kept stability to the county's workforce.
The finance team that I established has already made $5.1 million adjustment to our budget. We made the hard decisions. We looked at ways to cut our spending. We looked at ways to reduce our costs. And we also looked at providing an opportunity to retain our workforce by the furlough. We didn't lay anybody off. We offered the furlough. And those who took it, we owe a tremendous amount of gratitude. And those who stayed, we owe the same amount of gratitude. But what we have done is evident. We have reduced our costs by $5.1 million in this current budget. And the COVID finance team that I created, we will continue as we move forward, make those hard decisions, find ways that we can reduce our costs and provide an efficient and effective government for Chautauqua County.
Now, Morrisroe reasons that what matters is not just what's being done, it's also about what else can be done. While discussing the county's rising opioid crisis, he says the root causes need to be addressed or nothing will improve.
You have to deal with the treatment side. I know people who've been Narcan several times, including some clients, and it's a scary thing. But for that, they'd be dead. We have to address again why people lose hope. Because if they lose hope, they won't go back to school. They won't do that apprenticeship, and they won't wake up on time to get to that job. When they lose hope, they're not reaching out for religion like they used to. They're reaching out for drugs.
Wendell responds to bipartisanship by working with all people, not just Republicans.
I work closely with Mayor Sundquist and Mayor Rosas. To me, I don't look at people in my party, I look at everybody. I go through the 27 towns, the 2 cities, the 13 villages here. I've reached out to all of our county leaders, the town and village mayors. First it was every night, then it was 3 times a week, then it's now once a month. And I sit down with a dialogue, but not only that, but I'm also talking with the DPW workers, our highway supervisors, who are out there on the front lines listening and hearing their residents just as well.
Now, both men seem to agree on the need for fiscal reforms, with Wendell saying his administration is doing what needs to be done to keep the county moving forward. Morris Rowe opines that he aims to light the fire of hope here locally to help officials do more and do better. For full coverage of both debates, you can check out our website at WNYNewsNow.com or see a special tab on our mobile app. Well, now let's get a check of our First Defense weather forecast with Andrew Stevenson. Hey, Andrew.
Hey, Justin, and good afternoon, everyone. Live look downtown Jamestown, 46 degrees at the noon hour with a northwest wind of 15 miles per hour and visibility 10 miles. So those skies are clearing out for the rest of the afternoon. Let's talk about sunset times as the sun continues to set earlier and earlier, and we're setting at 6:32 today. I'll step over here. By this time next week, we're going to be setting at 6:23, and I'll take it a step farther and look towards the end of the month and next month at the sunset times as the days continue to dwindle. At the, October 31st, which is also Halloween, and also when we set our clocks back, it will be setting at 6:10, and then look at that. November 30th, it sets just before 5 o'clock, so we're losing daylight, but we'll start gaining it back at the winter solstice, not until December. Future scan, there's that cold front behind me that moved through overnight last night that continues to push out of the area as we get clearance this afternoon, but a lake effect rain shower band was set up mainly over Lake Erie into the Buffalo Niagara region as we head into the night, but rest of the area will be mainly dry, clear skies, partly cloudy as we head into tomorrow. Weekend forecast, you got any plans for the weekend? It's looking pretty good out there. Low 50s on Saturday, plenty of sunshine to go around other than some early morning frost or lake effect rain shower, but that will taper off as high pressure continues to build in. For Sunday, it will be a bit warmer and it will be breezy out there, so hold on to your hat for Sunday, but more sunshine for Sunday. As we take a look at the forecast this afternoon, those showers are ending, the skies are clearing out. It will be cooler again, upper 40s in the inland, mid 50s towards Lakeshore. For the night, other than those lake effect rain showers over Lake Erie and the Buffalo Niagara region, the rest of us will be clear with areas of frost. It will be cool. 29 in the valleys, a little warmer near the Lakeshore, near 40. So it's going to be a cool night out there. 7-day forecast coming up, brought to you by 42 degrees and sunny. Look at the background. Nice fall for the background. Clearing skies today. AM lake rain showers tomorrow. Breezy on Sunday. As we head into next week, it will remain unsettled each day as a series of systems move through the area, but at least we're warming back up into the 60s by mid next week. Justin?
All right, Andrew, I'll take it. Thank you. Straight ahead, we meet Spice, our pet of the week.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
First Defense Weather is sponsored by 42 Degrees and Sunny, smokin' deals on smoking accessories. Learn more at 42degreesandsunny.com. That's 42degreesandsunny.com.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
I'm Jason Schmidt. I'm a former felony prosecutor and a criminal defense attorney here in Chautauqua County. Each year here in Chautauqua County, the police make about 1,000 felony arrests. In 2019, only 17.4% of those arrests resulted in felony convictions. It means that in less than 2 out of 10 serious crimes, the victims of those cases receive justice. 17.4% is not a number that's acceptable for me and my family. It certainly isn't good enough for yours.
Hi, I'm George Borrello, and I'm proud to serve as your senator for New York's 57th Senate District. In fact, in my first year, I've passed many pieces of legislation as well as helping people and businesses in these challenging times. From fighting for a safe, common-sense reopening of our state's economy during the COVID-19 pandemic to continuing the push for the repeal of the state's flawed criminal justice changes, which have made us all less safe, I am working hard for you every day as your state senator. Your vote will help me continue my mission to boost New York's economy, struggling from the COVID shutdown, and for small businesses not just to survive, but thrive. I will also continue to hold the government accountable by reviewing policies that led to the tragic nursing home deaths statewide. I'm proud to represent our beautifully diverse region, and I will be honored to have your vote on Tuesday, November 3rd, so that I can continue my work fighting for you. It's not about rhetoric, it's about results.
Paid for by Borrello for Senate.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
And welcome back. In an effort to help animals find their forever home, we're partnering with the Chautauqua County Humane Society in my favorite segment, dubbed the Pet of the Week. Joining us live is Brian Papalea, the Director of Community Relations for the Humane Society, and Molly Loomis, a veterinarian tech with the group. Brian and Molly, happy Friday. Thanks for joining us.
Hi, Justin. Happy Friday. I'm going to switch the camera around here so you can see Molly.
Hi, Justin. And this is Spice. She is one of our new surrender cats. She is about 12 years old, and she is just as sweet as could be. She likes sitting on laps and kind of doing her own thing, but she is pretty friendly. She's a little vocal, but she does have some things that she needs to be considered for her new home. She is a leukemia-positive kitty that is in a regressive state, so she is not actively showing any signs of the disease. So we do feel we can get her into a home and have her live out her life with somebody. She doesn't need to be in a home without any other cats, though. That is our huge important part with her. Not sure how she is with the dogs either. So right now that's what we've got going with her, but she is a sweet, sweet cat. Leukemia is a disease that they can give to other cats, so we need to make sure she doesn't spread that to somebody else in a home.
Gotcha.
She does have a little time.
Is there anything else when talking about cats who suffer from that leukemia that maybe prospective owners would have to be aware of?
They can do things from having colds that extend longer than they should. They can have dental issues, digestive issues, weight loss. With her age being 12, she has held that pretty straight, so she probably will only pass away from older age and not actually from the disease process, because her body was able to establish an immune defense and kill most of the disease off. So she's just considered a carrier at this point.
Gotcha. So certainly, as you mentioned, we would have to keep her in a single cat household, but other pets could be okay? The disease necessarily wouldn't spread?
Yes, it's only species specific, so it will only be in a cat, not a dog or a person or any pocket pets.
And it seems like she's such a sweet cat. You know, I'm a big cat fan, and it takes a little bit for them to warm up sometimes. But she seems like she's really enjoying the day today.
She is. She was in here for a little while and crying at the door because I had to do some other work, and she didn't want to be by herself. So she's been very good.
Wow, that's great. Is there
something I wanted to throw in? Yeah, just something real quick. Two things. We have our first adoption event tomorrow from noon to 4 at the Chautauqua Mall. The first one since March. We're very excited about that. It to be socially distant, masks required, all that kind of stuff. But we're excited to be able to connect people directly to the animals again. And also, it's National Veterinary Technicians Week.
Yay!
So, you know, thanks to Molly, our vet tech, and all the other vet techs out there, just wanted to give Molly that special spotlight for the moment.
Thanks, Brian.
And Brian, I imagine vet techs probably serve a pretty important job there. How crucial are they to the operations of the Humane Society?
Very crucial. As a lot of people know, one of our most important operations here is our spay-neuter clinic and how much it does to help the pet population. And you know, that's something that Molly is working at all the time, day and night. So, you know, among other things, I mean, we have a small staff here. So Molly's helping out with, you know, vet tech stuff and almost anything else you can think of. So,
yeah, certainly. So Molly, thank you so much for your work and thanks for coming on, and Brian, as always. So tomorrow during the special adoption event, will people be able to actually see animals there?
Yeah, we're going to have, I believe, 6 kittens and 2 dogs, and they'll all be up for adoption right there at the mall. We can accept, for people that might want to adopt, we can take cash, card, or a check. We are ready. And like I say, everything will be done by CDC guidelines, but we know there's a lot of people out there that just, are itching to connect with the animals again. And this is a great chance to do that.
Yeah, certainly, and of course, it goes towards such a great cause every time you adopt from the Humane Society there. Thank you both so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And again, to learn more about Spice that you see there and other residents of the shelter, all you have to do is visit chqhumane.org.
That's right.
Well, that's going to
Justin.
do it for us today. Of course, news continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We're back on Monday. Hope to see you then.